All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome to the Ready, Set, Blow podcast, episode 207, coming to you live from where the fuck are we? St. George Island? St. George Island, Maryland. My man Chase Abel, of course, on the line from Boston, and we are in Maryland. I'm here with G-Dubs. We're here with G-Dubs, our first guest in a while. Our is it your third time on? Third time on. I think only Trish and Mike and Magic Mike, or fucking Grandmaster Mike, have you beat for like one episode right now. So you're catching up. One of our favorites, my brother, back call from vacation, son. I'm on vacation, Chase.
Yo, fuck all that. I'm getting into it. Don't fuck it. We're getting into it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no soft, intro. I want to get into it. I got queens in the building.
Queens.
I got queens in the building. I got double-decker queens in the building. You know what I'm saying? Two brothers.
Wait a minute. Chase, what's up with your neck, son? You got some Cuban links on right there? What do you hiding underneath your shirt, son? Let's see it. Talk, son.
You know what it is, man? It's the Gotti shit, son. I'm on New York right now. I got prepared for New York. I went got my New York little, the Guido chain. I'm good, B. Let's
Sterling silver, not quite gold. Not quite gold.
Yo, chill, man. Chill. I've been telling the girls it's white gold all weekend.
Son, I see you.
I've been telling the girls it's white gold all weekend.
What the fuck is white gold? What is platinum? No, platinum is fine. White gold, I don't know. White gold is gold and nickel, huh? I never fucked with it. I don't know. White gold. I don't know.
White gold is not like it's just it's a different gold, son. You know what it is.
What's your jewelry regimen, Chase? Like back in the day, like obviously the listeners know I'm not a jewelry guy. I wear rubber bands. Yep. I used to wear a watch a little bit, but not really anymore. But did you rock a lot of jewelry back in the day, Chase? Would you rock rings? What did you rock? So a little toe ring, a little anklet. What'd you fuck with?
I had different phases, man. Which one do you want first? You know what I mean?
Let's through all of them. So yeah, all of them. Let's start your first jewelry phase.
All right. The first jewelry phase, I used to rock the Italian peppercorn shit. You know what I mean? That little thing that looked like a peppercorn.
I know what you're talking about. Like BBs? Yeah, like beads and shit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I used to rock that. And then I would say high school, that's when we started rocking the silver. The silver in the 90s, B, that's where it was at. I was all up and down Pearson Pagoda, son. Pearson
Pagoda. Oh my God, that's a one step above Claire's.
Pearson Pagoda in the 90s, B. Silver all day. It was. You
ever wear a choker? You ever wear a choker?
Yeah, that's when I was in my early college phase. We're not there yet.
That was the only one we can't do, son. We can't do the choker, son.
Yo.
But that was your early days, so you could get away with it, son.
Yo, bro. Leather was in. Joe was popping. I was in.
You were wearing leather with a choker and gel, son?
Yeah, I had leather pants too, B. It was crazy.
Bold, son. You were bold. What were you putting gel in?
Oh no, it was I had it was like the early 2000s, man, when the R&B was going, so the chokey game was popping, the little cowboy chokey look. You feel me?
Yeah, I remember that thing, the puka shell shit. That shit was corny.
Yeah, the rainbow.
I thought you were wearing hair gel. I'm like, how'd you put hair gel in your hair, son?
Oh yeah, I curled my joint. I did the curls too.
I seen the old school pictures of Chase. He had a curl.
You see the curls?
Yeah. You have to put gel in that? He could. Yeah.
Yeah, I put a little relaxer
I thought it was
in
beeswax. Just to keep it looking wet all day, son, right?
I had two hair looks.
He looked like he came out the pool all day.
Drippy, son.
Drippy. You know like he swam to the club.
Yeah, I used to. So I would say freshman year, my junior, senior, I would curl my hair. So I put a little relaxer in it and we curled it. You know what I'm saying? And then when I was in college, then I did twisties. I tried to grow dreads, but that didn't really work out too well, as you can see.
The dreads are looking thin.
Yeah, they look like fucking yarn. You know what I mean? Like little fuck. I look like a black fucking alternative black dude, hippie black dude, with yarn all the time.
Did you ever try to fuck with the Jerry curl, son? Can you get a Jerry curl going?
I don't have, my hair doesn't grow like, nah, but I had to keep it baby curls all day. The baby curls was
Oh,
popping.
it never got long, huh?
Never got long.
What is an activator, son?
I was about to say, you wasn't fucking with that activator?
Nah, I wasn't with Glow, man. I wasn't with that box, man.
So Glow? What, I don't even know what activator is, son. Is it just like relaxer?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, y'all have like, see, you guys get the best of both worlds with your ethnicity. Wait, you go. He's got. Well, I think G-Dubs purposely goes low, like as
his hair's long. My shit's long right now. Yes, I've been wearing hats my whole life, though, son. I've been wearing hats since a kid.
But Jesse always had curlier hair, son. Like I could only ever rock the 3/4 part, son. That's my hairstyle, son, permanently. But Jesse can move around a little bit.
I think your hair could grow longer. I just don't think, Randy, you're comfortable with long hair. I think you like it short.
He doesn't pass that phase. Like, it's that mid area when you're growing your hair. It's hard. I only did it because of quarantine right now. If it wasn't quarantine, my shit would have been, how my shit used to be.
But I bet if Randy was like to be in like, if someone planned a trip to like Montana for like 4 months, let's say the world went to shit, guys, right now, and we had the opportunity of all of us to go to like Idaho or Montana for like 4 or 5 months and live in a cabin type shit, you would let your hair grow. You wouldn't get like
well, I let it grow a little bit during quarantine. I'll find a picture of myself. There's a picture of myself from must have been like 2010, and you can see a little bit of flow in the back. Like son. And it was a weird look. But my beard, I let my beard grow in quarantine. I mean, it's pretty full right now, but I mean, there was one point it was fucking thick.
Yeah, it's crazy because you look
normal. He was telling me, let that shit go wild, son, during quarantine. I was like, all right. That was the text. I was like, yo, my facial hair's growing and I got work. I got to worry about it. He's like, son, let that shit go wild.
Let that shit fucking fly. Son.
I'm letting it go wild since.
Yo, B, no bullshit. You look like, you know what you look like, B.
Like an Amish fucking rapper, son. That's Modest Yahoo over here.
Amish with that fucking neck? Get the fuck out of here. He look like from the band, son.
The girls are fucking with it, son. They hit the DM. They like it. They see the last video I put out. They like it, son.
The girls, son. It's like a crazy. The girl, one singular. It's like girls.
I see what. So we got G-Dubs. Obviously we've been for the listeners out there. You guys probably been hearing for the past few weeks. Randy promoting, the podcast promoting G-Dubs' new album, Farmer's Joint.
Right.
How's that been going in the reception from that?
It's good, man. It's been the best feedback I got compared to all my previous albums. It's been working. It's been doing good. And I want to shout out my brother in Saul because the whole concept came from a group text that we had. We have a group chat or whatever, and we were talking about something. And Saul brought up the term farmer's joint. That was a term that they used to use back in the day when cats used to just roll big fat joints. And he mentioned that, and I'm always good with that. When I hear something just rings off for me. I could turn it into a T-shirt, whatever. And when he said that, that's where it started from. I have a song on that album called Farmer's Joint. And that day after the group text we had, I made a beat and I titled it Farmer's Joint, and that's where the whole concept started from. So,
and for the listeners out there, Saul was our first sponsor, high grade partner. So he runs a grow operation in Northern California, and we were just texting about growing weed and the album coming out, and that's what Jess was saying because Saul was talking about, like, I'm a farmer, and up here in Mendocino County they roll what they call a farmer's joint, which is a big fucking baseball bat sized joint. So
wow, yeah. I listened to the album, man. It's dope. Farmer's joint is definitely my fave. You know what I'm saying? Because the beat is the beat is. It's just it really resonates. It really is like hip hop. When you listen to that, you're like hip hop. True New York.
It's crazy, son, because I was already a month into the quarantine, and I was just so stagnant on making music. When everything first started with this whole pandemic shit, I had time off of work, so I was like, all right, I got time to make music. I got time to do what I want. There was so much real shit going on outside. I felt like a fool just sitting home rapping all day, so I was kind of uninspired. But that conversation that we had in that group text set the spark, son. Like, it all started from there. From that conversation on going forward, after I made that beat that day, it just kept going. And I just kept making beats, rhyming to it, with no outside influence, nothing, just knocking joints out one by one. And then that's how it came together. So Saul and my brother really, put a spark to that shit. That's why if you look at the back cover, the Ready, Set, Blow podcast logo was on there, son, because it wouldn't feel right not putting it on there, because that conversation really sparked that whole, just the whole idea to fucking get me going to start writing and making beats. I wasn't doing shit. So how many days from starting the project to
less than a month?
Really? Less than a month, yeah.
I know that one track you say 33 days in, but I don't know how long it took from start to finish.
Yeah, no, less than a month. And yeah, all of that shit was all done through quarantine. So it's crazy, man. It was the fastest work I've ever done on all my projects. And to me, personally, it's my best work that I personally like.
But it didn't feel like you were rushed to complete something, right? It just felt natural, even though 30 days to complete an album is actually still a short period of time. I mean, sometimes
it's 8 tracks. 8 tracks. 7 really, because the intro doesn't count.
Yeah, so 7, what does it run? 35 minutes?
20 minutes?
Yeah, can you write? Yeah, I can't write 20 minutes of new jokes in 30 days. I'll tell you that shit right now. And I write jokes every fucking day. So you,
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, I didn't think. Yeah, if you try to see if you can compare. Yeah. That's true.
It's a tough comparison to make. But we played. So the last 4 weeks we played 4 tracks. I think we did Farmer's Joint. So we introed with promoting the album. And then we played out Farmer's Joint, N95, Oddfather, and I think Indica was the last one. Yeah. So, but there's another 4 or 3 or 4 more tracks on there. If you guys haven't heard them yet, but check them out.
Yeah, and also the Honors Class 2, the album before that.
Yep.
Oh yes, and I got a hat.
That was Lord Prezi. Shout out
Prezi. Listens. What up, Prezi?
Yep. Shout out to Prezi and the whole Gifted Hoods gang, all that. You know what I'm saying? It's just your consistent pattern of like your brand is like pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Like it's we talked about it before. There's no half-assed bullshit here. We're not here for the cookie cutter shit. Like this is hip hop music, horns, music, like how this is what it is. If you're a true hip hop listener, like people would like your music. So I want everybody to go listen to it. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man.
Oh, yeah. Into other news, son. So what have you been up to, brother? Man, I haven't spoken to you in a week. So last time we talked, the world was starting to close down again. I flew out to Maryland. Apparently California's closed again. They're closing down Arizona and Texas. Florida's fucked up. What's going on in Boston? You guys are doing all right out there, right?
Yeah, we Gucci. You see me, of course, as you can see.
Back to the chain.
Ain't nothing
about the ladies, huh?
You know me, Randy. You know me, dog. I don't stress for nothing, dude.
So I remember we'll be going to the airport. We're going to the airport this film. Like, motherfucker, we gotta go. The plane is leaving. I'll be there. Like, no, it's not. It's not the bus. It's not another one coming behind it, bro. We gotta go, man. We got one flight to catch. You missed out. We gotta buy another ticket.
I envy that shit, Chase, because I stress everything, son. So I wish I was just as lax as that, son. I envy that.
It's good and bad, like some people. Because
if it works for you, son, as long as it works for you, bro.
That's how bills don't get paid on time, son. You ain't stressing about it.
No. They get paid, Randy. They just don't. They just have to wait a minute.
Hold on. Son, Chase is sleeping like 10, 11 hours a day, son. He like a baby, son.
As I was in Chase, you catch up on that sleep.
I catch up on sleep every day, dog. Like, I had a hard type of fucking life for a while, man. Now I'm catching up to serenity part. You know what I'm saying? So,
there you go.
So any opportunity that I can get where even when things get a little crazy, I feel myself get shaky. I stop the car, I reset for like 15 minutes, and then I get back into the positive mode. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I've seen it on the other side. I can also see it as kind of like a little bit irresponsible too from like some people, because they may be like, well, what the fuck, bro? Like, where's the sense of urgency? How you're not getting shit, like, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm working on that.
It takes all walks of life, though, Chase. I mean, I'm like my brother, man. I worry too much. You know me. I'm too paranoid. I'm too fucking
overthinking.
Yeah, I'm worried about the next thing. So that'll short your life too. I mean, like I might get my bills paid on time, but I'm gonna die an early death. Worried about shit that doesn't.
From like
I don't think fucking Verizon's gonna matter if I don't pay the fucking bill. So.
Yeah. Me and Randy, I remember being Randy one time. One of not many, but very, very impactful fights.
We had 2-3 years, son. We had one on this podcast like a year and a half ago.
That was good. I love that episode.
I forget which one. It was like 98 or something like that. 111.
I forget exactly.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was funny because I was like, I don't know what I was taking my time with shit.
No, it was Arizona. We were going from one gig to another.
We're going from one gig to another.
And he's bullshit with the booker. And I'm like, that's cool, but we gotta go, man.
Yeah. And then he's like, we gotta go. But Rainey said it in a way I was like, yo, B, don't yell at me, B.
Rush me,
I ain't a child, dog. I was like, we could fuck all this right now, B. Would you like? I was like, one of those.
My business is 5 minutes.
But it was great because it was like, but on the other side, it was comedy. Because if you saw us, you'd be like, what the fuck are these idiots doing?
It has to be because this motherfucker he's just snappy like that. So when you know him, you just know how to deal with the situation. Just like, all right, so relax. Like, we'll get to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But we gotta power through it.
No, but I'm like a woman. I'll admit this about myself. I'm like a woman in that way, man. Like, if you tell me to relax, I lose my fucking mind, bro. Like, especially if I'm heated. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to tell me to relax when I'm like in a calm state. When I'm already like agitated, you're like, oh, you're relaxing. No, I'm not relaxing now.
So it heightens it.
You give that nigga a kiss on his forehead, so I bet he showed. No, so relax. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So break that ice. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
I was going to ask you part of this podcast too. I was like, I got to talk to you, bro. I got to know how you do it. You know what I mean?
Barely he does it, son. He does it. We don't have to get on no more.
Get into that shit. I'm all set. It's a little bigger, but it's light. So it's just light.
Yeah, G's like, Damn.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Like, it's all good. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, Boston's cool, man. Restaurants are opening. People are out, dude. Boston did a solid job. Boston did a solid job, I think, in retrospect to all the states.
They did. Boston, New York. I was looking at them. Like they had like a heat map, like a map with like the case numbers and shit on the internet. And Boston, New York, like basically all New England is still seeing down. It's like a downslide in cases and hospitalizations. But everywhere else is going crazy. Even California, which did a pretty good job to start. But I heard. While I was out here, my roommates texted me like, "Oh man, the gyms are closed again." So I don't know what the fuck the gym was keeping me alive, son. And
come over here, man. The gyms are open here. Yo, gyms just open.
Hurt people though. Like,
sorry, Jason. Jesse was asking about the mask. So the mask, I guess, can hurt. But if you have asthma, you shouldn't be working out anywhere like that. So, but no, you can take the mask off to drink or whatever. But while you're in the weight room, you keep it on.
Yeah.
So, but that's going to make a big difference now, man. Because that should keep me sane, especially now, man. Chase, I got bad news for you, brother.
What?
I'm on the sober train, baby. I can't smoke weed for a year, son.
Son, yesterday was his first official day, and it was weird to see.
No weed, baby.
I was smoking and couldn't fucking invite him to it, son.
Wait, who the fuck? Yo, how much money they give you? I'll match it, son.
Nothing, son. They threatened me with prison time in the state of Texas. That's what they're doing.
Oh, you know what I thought it was? I thought it could have been. I thought it was like for a job type thing.
Oh, no. Any job I would get now, and I've talked about this before on the podcast, and I believe this to be true for anybody else listening, man. If the company that you want to work for doesn't respect your private time, then fuck them. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. I mean, like you don't tell your boss what to do on his private time. You know, they can't fire you for being gay. How can they fire you for having a drink on a Sunday or smoking weed on a Saturday night? You know what I'm saying? Like, where do they get off? But this has to do with the legal situation in West Texas. Some of the new listeners might know about this. A year ago, when I moved into when I was driving across the country to LA, I got caught with my medical marijuana in the state of Texas. The case is still pending, but they're not going to drop the charges. So now my lawyers are working out a probation agreement. Right. Obviously, I don't want to talk too much about it, but those are the facts right now. So I'm just waiting on it to get cleared up. But I'm gonna have to take a year off to just fucking to cool out and make sure my probation officer doesn't get fucking pissed at me for getting stoned.
this whole situation pisses me off, son, because it's fucking bullshit.
Damn, son.
Well, what I find, like I said, what I find weird about it is how one state. I mean, if this is the United States of America and one state doesn't honor another state's laws, then it's really not the United States of America. It's really just 50 fucking countries sharing one piece of land. You know?
Yeah, and you do
so
it
at the end of the day, so, you know, if you really think about it.
Yeah, and it's like no, man, we'll go through this judicial process bullshit, but ultimately we're gonna decide what we want the conclusion to be.
I mean, again, not to get too much into it, but it's like they're fucking acting like this dude was trafficking fucking
heroin,
drugs somewhere. It's like, yo, everything had his name on it, son. It was prescribed to him.
Yeah, no, it said
he was moving. He was moving. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's ridiculous. But
yeah,
whatever.
I mean,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. You guys know that there's some people in this country, some parts of the country that's like, I don't know, will they ever move forward with some of these ideas that they hold as fucking prison terms for people?
Well, I mean, we've talked about this before, Chase. Whatever, for me, what it boils down to is the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you might not agree with my lifestyle, but what good does it do the state of Texas to prosecute me, to spend their taxpayer dollars prosecuting me? I don't even live there, you know? So it just seems like a waste of money, but that's what the DA wants to do in the county that I got caught in. So God bless, you know.
Yeah, because if I was a DA,
I wish him the best. If he runs for state office, for state office, fine. But I plan on being famous someday. And if he runs for national office, you better get ready for my followers not to vote for him, son. Straight up. That's what it is, son. I mean, you know,
this is what I would have done.
Let me get the biggest Joe Rogan. I'll end that motherfucker's career. I'll tell you right now.
I would. I'm going to be Judge Coco for a second. Let's remove Judge Joe Brown.
That's a new podcast right there, son. That's a new podcast right there. We're gonna hear cases, son.
Yeah, you send your cases to me,
son. Judge Coco.
Judge Coco. Let's. If you came into the courtroom, Randy, right, into my Coco Palace courtroom.
Came to the Coco Palace.
Coco
courtroom. Coco court.
This is how Judge
Coco courts.
No, bro. This is how I would run my courtroom, son. I would make everybody feel welcome first, because it's my house.
Shoes off in the courtroom, son. Shoes off in the courtroom.
Yeah, it's my house. You feel what I'm saying? So everyone's got to feel good. You come in, if you gave me the case and said, hey, if the trooper was there, he's like, yeah, this guy, we stopped him. He had weed. I'd be like, okay. I was like, hey, was the weed illegal from the other states? No, it was accounted for. He's from a state that they honor it. He has a smoke.
Yeah, I had a license and everything.
Where do you live now, Mr. Randy? Oh, I live in California, sir. Okay. Are you working? He's like, oh, I'm actually, I was doing finance for 10 years. I took a couple of years off. Now I'm getting back into the swing. Oh, all right. This guy looks like a solid guy. He's got a nice shirt. He's answering correctly. And have you ever been in trouble before? This is your first arrest? This is my first arrest, sir. Never got in trouble. Hey, fucking trooper, you wasted my time. Case closed. This guy's going back to California. He's never coming back. That's exactly what I would say, son.
That's what I would think. But I don't know what the benefit is for them in this. Like,
I'm still fucking like the evidence was overwhelming, son. Like, we got proof of address change. Everything. The doctor's note, they prescribed him everything he had. Everything. So to me, I thought, I can't believe this is still happening right now. And that's what makes me angry about the situation, because it's like
the system.
It was a changing point in his life where it was like, son, I'm going to LA. I'm going to pursue this. It was like, let's go, son. And they fucking put this bump in the road and it pissed me the fuck off.
With a speed bump.
I think it pissed me more off than it did him, son, because you just like, nah, son, we'll figure it out. And I'm just like, son, this is fucking. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, yo, come on, son. But every success story, son, has this a part of it. So the story's gonna keep going, and it's gonna get greater later, son. That's all,
bro. I was locked up fighting over bologna and cheese, son.
I just wish I was in the car, son. I would have took it all. Give it to me, son. You know what I'm saying? I would have took the charge, son. Like, yo, because. Whatever, but
yeah, no.
I'll tell you right now, though.
What I'm looking forward to, though, already is, in a year, 12, 13 months time, that first hit when I'm off probation, son. It's gonna be like I got high school again. It's gonna be brand new, son. I'm like, oh man, that's a long kiss I'm waiting for right there.
Randy, the only good thing out of all of this is he gave me all this fucking weed on vacation. I haven't even even touched my weed once since I've been here, son.
Actually, you know what? You know what's pretty interesting. You know what's going to be interesting to see? To see Randy. So, well, you could drink, obviously, right? You could drink, obviously, right? Yeah, you could drink, right? Man, just the marijuana. It's going to be interesting to see Randy at his highest form of, like, I don't want to say clarity because I've never seen. I don't know how he is when he's really not high.
It's no different. It's no different.
That's pretty similar. It's the same.
Different.
Pretty it's the same. Okay.
Yeah. You wouldn't know this nigga's been drinking since 12 o'clock, son. 6 o'clock. We've been fucking drinking since 12 noon, 11:30. You know what I mean? It's no different.
Holy shit.
I'll tell you what. So you know
I told Randy before, bro. He's got the fucking characteristics of pretty much like a CIA like operative agent, bro. Like
he's a fucking maniac. So listen.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen when he stops smoking. So this thing is going to get ripped. Well, that's what's going to happen, son.
That's what I told Jess. I told Jess, I was like, the question is, like, am I going to be so bored that I start cooking a lot and get fat, or am I going to like not be high and not get the munchies and get shredded?
He's going to get ripped. He's going to get ripped and he's going to get rich again. That's what's going to happen, son.
Yeah, it'll save me 10 grand a year at least. I spend at least 10 grand a year on weed. I mean, there's no question about that.
Randy,
if I think about it, you have to.
He'll be focused.
So Randy might get ripped, get rich again, and then the other option is comedy.
He's gonna work, yeah. All work.
I might have to let you loose, B. I might have to let you loose on the rich shit. Yeah. Yo, I might have to let you loose. So
he might come in one day and be like, "Yo, Randy, bro."
Yeah, man.
He's gonna be stabbed. He's gonna be focused.
Yo, I'm gonna have to come in.
I'll be on edge. I'll tell you that.
I'm gonna have to, I might have to come in one day and be like, "Yo, Randy, man, think you should quit comedy, bro."
Oh, never.
And make these millions.
I'm telling you.
I actually, you know what? I'll tell the fans. I'll tell listeners. I hate calling fans, listeners. I asked my attorney. I was like, "All right, just so you know, I got a little bit of following on the internet. What should I do about? Should I make my account private? Should I delete this, that, this?" Oh, and he said,
"Smart."
I asked him. He's like, well, you have your right to say whatever you want. And then he's like, what's your account? So I gave him my Instagram account, and he looked, and he's like, well, I don't see anything too bad. He's like, you don't have anything disparaging the cops because of the riots and whatnot. I'm like, no, just jokes. Like, but they're off color. You know what I'm saying? So he saw a few. He's like, you might want to delete those. He's like, you know what? Just to play it safe, maybe you make the account private for a little bit until we get the probation agreement in place. I said, all right. But then I was like, wait a minute. Let me go back there. And I just deleted anything referencing drugs. Yeah. And I let it slide for now. And I might make the account private for a little bit, but that's it. I mean, other than that, I can't think of anything. And he said, he's like, you can keep working. He's like, if you want to go to a bar or do a show at a dispensary or a pot club, you can do that. As long as it's for work, it's fine. So just get paid for it, which we get paid for gigs. So that was it. I mean, so it's really just got to keep my nose clean and fucking stay out of trouble,
Yo, bro, the judicial system, bro, guys, in my opinion, the judicial system really, really doesn't believe in the Constitution, though.
No.
So everything we're talking about that he's saying he has to do is for fucking weed, son.
Yeah.
Like, that's the crazy part. It's like, that's so crazy to me, son. It's like, come on, man. I don't know, man.
I'm perfectly more down just drunk. I'll tell you that right now.
I know.
Anyone who knows me knows that.
Yo, no, just keeping it 100. Like, Randy was pretty fortunate. Like, the way that actually happened got off. He was pretty okay. Like, if it was another person, let's say, who didn't have like those particular resources. Let's just say if it was someone like, let's say, who was just like a regular guy. He's just a blue collar dude, like no money saved, like not very like, and he just happened to smoke weed. That guy probably would be in jail.
No, they would be. My case has not been resolved, so I'd still be sitting. If I wasn't able to bail, if we weren't able to bail myself out, if I didn't have family to call and help, or whatever, I would have been fucking sitting in jail until recently when they decided to release it or to not drop the charges, but to figure out a probation agreement. So I'd be afraid it'd be a year. It took a full calendar year.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, man.
Just for over, and now there's people who actually are serving like long-term prison sentence for weed. And just think about this, guys. fucking back in like the 80s and 90s, it was like, yo, don't smoke weed, don't smoke weed. We have arrested. This is illegal. For all this amount of years, we were fucking, there was such a negative stereotype to weed. And now states are passing it. And motherfuckers have lost so much of their lives to this fucking like idea.
You know what it
like,
was, bro? It's these small fucking states. If he was in a major city, this would have been so far gone behind us long ago.
It is. It was the county I got caught in. I got caught way outside of Dallas.
Very
they
small.
probably have their own fucking like sheriff and shit that make the rules and shit.
I got caught in a real small town, and they
the worst.
Yeah, and they're just trying to make an example. Yeah, they are.
It's the worst.
It's the worst county in the country for it, and they're just trying to make an example of a 37-year-old guy who's never had a record, you know. Yeah. And I told them I was white, so I don't know what the fuck the problem is. I didn't say I'm not Mexican, I'm not black. I don't know what problem they got with me. So.
If you have to explain that to people, that's when you know it's a fucking problem.
Yeah, like, I want to hear some of my friends talk about white privilege. I got nothing. I got zero white privilege, son. They got my ass.
They got you, bro.
Nice.
That's funny.
And don't worry. Listen, I'm gonna post my mugshot. It's on public record. But after I get my case resolved, I'll post my mugshot on the
don't
podcast.
Do that.
No, why not?
Don't do that.
Why not? It's public. It's already out. If you search my name and mugshot, you can find me, son. Jesse, my brother sent it to me.
I sent it to him, son. I found that shit fucking less than a week later.
Yeah, but once I get my final settlement with the county that I got caught in, I'll have you post it on the Ready Set Blow podcast Instagram page.
All right, man. Well,
and that's what my attorney said. My attorney said just keep quiet until we get the agreement made. You know, don't get too fresh, and then after that, it doesn't matter.
I guess if it was any good a time to get that handed to you, I guess it would be now.
Oh yeah, well no, that's what I told my brother. I'm actually glad they waited until after the first quarantine. Otherwise, I would have been on probation for all of quarantine. I would have been stuck in my house, son, miserable, son, just sitting in my house looking at the wall, son. So
you had credit, but now you got credit, son.
Nah, now we got street credit. Yeah,
now you got
Dominican.
You can be like, yo, my PO, son. I got something to do with my PO.
My PO. I know. I'm gonna have to go to Texas, hang out with my boys in Texas. It's all right. It's all good.
Yeah, life throws you shit. You got to adapt and come back. That's it.
Could be worse. Son. I could be Will Smith right now, getting punked all over the internet. That guy's getting fucking snuffed all over the internet, son. I don't know. Was he worth $1 billion? So he's got a bitch today, son.
Why? I don't understand why. Well, I understand. I think the reason, but I don't understand why would he get shit? I don't get it.
You don't know what happened to him, son?
I know there was something going on, like his wife Jada, like
she was with another man, son, and she had him on her talk show on Facebook and gave him the whole story
with a much younger man.
But he's also there, all puffy eyed and shit, looking like a punk.
Super soft.
Yeah.
He don't have Will Smith money, son.
No, he's got Will Smith money. He's got no Will Smith backbone, son.
No, he don't got Will Smith money. That dude.
Will Smith?
No, I'm talking about.
Who the fuck is the dude?
He's an R&B
singer. August Alsina, son.
Named August Alsina, son.
August Alsina? I don't know.
Like he was an R&B type of dude, rap, whatever dude. Like, you
know. The R&B singer. He was trying to be Trey Songz. It didn't work.
And Trey Songz ain't even shit, son.
That's what I'm saying.
Trey Songz is not even John B., let alone fucking Trey.
I like Trey, but he's not no John B. I like Trey, but he's not no John B. And those class of R&B singers. That's a whole different level of like. Those dudes can blow. Pause. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? Like those dudes can sing for real. Yeah,
I never heard of August Alsina until he was fucking Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah.
Right.
But, so you heard the whole story about that? I haven't seen the actual YouTube video or the Facebook Live video of this sit down. I've seen clips of it, but apparently she got on there and just made and was like, yeah, you know, our marriage was in a rough patch and I was feeling unfulfilled and we had entanglement. So she basically called Will a fucking loser, son, to his face on national television, son, on the internet. And he sat there and took it. I would have flipped that fucking table over.
Will was in an entanglement. He went on that video fucking podcast and did whatever that was with jeans and no belt on, son. You know he didn't see that. Nigga didn't have no belt on, son. With jeans,
son.
Come on, son. He was fucked up in the game, but I mean, I need all you young dudes to know out there. This is what you gotta do, son.
Nah, I don't feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for him. Fuck that.
Why not, son?
Nah, fuck that. Because, yo. listen, at some point, you keep poking, the bear, it's going to bite back, dog. So you act like Will Smith he never did that shit before. But
he's Will Smith, son.
Yeah,
it
son. He's the breadwinner, son.
It don't matter. It doesn't
Jada
matter.
Pinkett would not have a fucking career whether or not for Will Smith. She was in what? She was in Low Down Dirty Shame, set it off, and then fucking nothing. Nothing for 20 years.
The last time we spoke about
what are you basing your value on?
Tupac was knocking her fucking box off, son. That's the last time we spoke about Jada. Nobody gave a fuck about her since then.
What are you basing Jada Pinkett's value on?
On Will Smith.
But she was making movies before Will Smith. She was in movies before she was.
Wait. So let's go back in time real quick. Let's do the math. So Will popped on with Parents Just Don't Understand in that first album. Then he got that nationally syndicated show, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? And then he started doing major motion pictures. And Jada was around, but the things I remember her being in, correct me if I'm wrong,
Poetic Justice.
She was in Poetic Justice. She was in
you see that?
Low Down Dirty Shame with Keenan Ivory Wayans. Okay. And then she was in Set It Off with Queen Latifah. And then she did, that was like 1998. And then she did fucking nothing from 98 until at least 2015. I didn't know that bitch was alive until 2015. And then she popped back on the scene. But since then, Will has done Independence Day, $1 billion movie. Fucking Bad Boys, $3 billion.
3 times.
Yeah, 3 times.
No, I'm not saying, guys, I'm not saying, when I asked that question, I'm not saying, I do know Will Smith is way more valuable in terms of what he has done.
That's why he's keeping that bitch, because she.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, when it comes to two people like being together, right? Mm-hmm. If they're married, right, and they had a weird type of situation going on where I guess it was they considered a life partnership, so they weren't. It was.
Yeah, who knows what Hollywood stuff they got? To be fair, true. I mean, I heard a lot of rumors. I heard she's a lesbian. I heard he's gay. I heard a lot of shit. I don't know if any of that's true. Open marriage. I don't know if any of that's true. But I'll tell you this right now, Chase. To bring your life partner on there, that's what they call each other, life partners. Bring your life partner on national TV on the internet. And fucking embarrass them talking about how they're fucking somebody else in front of them. It's like, why would you do that to somebody?
Okay, now I understand what you're saying. So you're saying
that red table shit that they have is meant for that. Like, she's supposed to address everything in real time and like real topics. So that podcast that they have is specifically for that. But they're taking some advanced shit. So it's 2020. They're into that open marriage, fucking around like. If Will's not mad, I mean, whatever. It is what it is.
No, I think he
was ready to cry. He was high out of his mind. So he had to be. I mean, son, his eyes.
I said he was crying.
It could have been. It could have been that. But I know that nigga showed up with jeans and no belt. So that's all I know. You can never wear jeans with no belt, son. Anything with a loop on it and you don't have a belt on that shit, son. You're an entanglement.
Chase don't always wear a belt, son. Sometimes you gotta wear that belt.
I was gonna say it, but I paused, son.
You don't fuck with belt chains? Are you one of them niggas that like flap the top up, like fold it up?
No. He forgets a belt and just walks around sometimes.
Come on, son. Come on, son.
Not with that chain on. You can't do that with that chain on.
Nah, B. This chain only comes out when things get really tested.
When shit is real?
Yeah. This chain only comes out when things really.
That's trying to get some box. Then.
I want that fucking. When I go to the Jersey Shore, this is what's going on.
Nah, what I'm saying is, we're trying to pick up a dirty white girl. A piece of South Boston trash.
Yes.
Put that chain on like that. What are you saying? Chris Kimback and John Tilson in South Boston.
I want the
that fucking shit up.
Yes, when I wear this chain, I'm picking up the most dirtiest white chick that has the most racist father ever. And
she's having sex with you to piss her dad off.
Piss her dad off. This is when this chain comes off, man. This is when this chain comes out. This is the vibes that I want.
Nah, but I can't believe I said the fact she brought unless I mean, Will is an actor, son, and he can do The Pursuit of Happiness. You have seen him do dramatic roles. Maybe that motherfucker might be an evil genius. Be like, hey, let's get this internet buzz going. He might have known about that shit the whole time because August Alsina said he did.
Come on,
and they said he didn't.
As a man,
Will Smith might have been like, yo, let's just say he did.
August said in his interview that Will Smith gave him the okay. And Will Smith said, yo, we brought this dude in trying to help him with his mental health, and he ended up fucking Will's wife.
I know, but what I'm saying is maybe Will's an actor, son. He looks sad in that interview. He looks sad as shit.
He knows how to play it.
He looks sad as shit. He's a professional fucking bro. It's like tell me not to be funny. I'm gonna be always fucking funny. He might be acting. So he might have been like, yo, I did give him the okay, and then I did give August the okay, and then sit down. But then after August talked about it in GQ, he said no, and then Will said no. I didn't give him the okay, and then made it into a controversy just to put them on the front of the fucking covers of everything on the front of the internet. Dude, they might have pulled the Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. And they're like, yo, we're just gonna put some salacious shit out there to put our fame back in the forefront. This might be a brilliant sort of publicist move by them to do this shit. You know,
but the only person this is helping is August Alsina, because nobody gave a fuck about him before this.
Nah, it's helping Jada big, son. That her Red Table is going to be the biggest fucking female podcast in the fucking country after this, son.
It helps some, but Will's helping her more than the publicity was. It's helping this fucking kid a lot more than, because nobody gave a fuck about this dude before then. Nobody was talking about him.
Nah, yeah. There's levels to this shit, bro. There's levels to it. You know what I mean? Like, there's levels to it. So, you know, even though August Alsina was kind of doing his thing.
We're recording a podcast, Wade. Can you give us a minute? Come here. Come say hi. Come here. Watch out. Walk right here. Hold it. Say hi right there. Say hi to everybody. Say hi, Chase.
Hi, Sid.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. That's my niece right there.
How you doing?
Yeah.
All right, let's finish. Can you give us a minute? Give us a few minutes. We're gonna go to the pool soon. We'll go back in the pool.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Wade.
Yeah.
She's sweet.
Yeah, I call her my niece. She's our cousin, but that's my cousin. That's my cousin's kid.
Cousin's kid, yeah.
Sweetheart of a girl.
Yeah. So basically, I don't want. This is what I'll say about this. Just to close this out with Will and shit.
But how do you feel, Chase? Tell me how you feel, son.
Bro, Will is good. He's I'm telling you, you have to expect, bro, as a man, at any point, your woman. I just feel this way. I don't know about you guys, but this is how I feel. Yeah. I feel like no matter how much you love your woman and how much you are like you with her, you guys sharing experiences and shit. Mm-hmm. I always leave room that possibly she would cheat on me.
Every person, son.
I just have
to. People are
but when it happens, how do you react to it? That's the fucking bigger question for me. Like, come on, after I'm on the chicks I fucked, and then I have to, now I'm the big guy now, I have to be like, oh, why the fuck? Come on. Like, you have to take that L. You got to take that L. You got to take that L.
You could, but at the end of the day, son,
I don't know.
Me personally, I couldn't do it. I would probably bounce, but I understand the fact that some way human, we're animalistic like that. Like, she wants to fuck. I'm sure he's been fucking other girls.
Of course. Oh, maybe dudes. So that's what I heard.
Dudes.
I heard that shit. I don't know if it's true.
In their world, yeah, it's different.
Yo, and in Hollywood, and you know this, Chase. You've learned this for me, but son, in fucking Hollywood, man, shit gets fucking weird, bro. About relations, they like to swing and all this other shit, like that we might not be into from coming from the street or whatever. But in Hollywood, it's normal out there, so you don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, with any generic girl, whatever, it's fun. But like somebody who's the mother of my kids,
I
don't want some young R&B singer knocking her off. So like that shit is a little wild for me. I don't know.
But especially when you talk about the amount of money and the amount of fame, success this man has. Like Will Smith's been taking care of business for that family for 25 fucking years, son.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like since like 98, bro. They've been together. So you gotta be like, all right. If I was Jada, like, if you're fucking around, like, hey, we gotta tell Will and keep this shit amongst each other so it doesn't get out like this. Because the way it leaked seems suspicious. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way it became a thing seems suspicious. Right. And
what's fucked up? The fucked up part for me is how they welcomed this dude into his house, like family, trying to help him. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like your fucking maid knocking off your wife or your husband or something like that. Like, it's just like,
your little brother fucking your wife.
It was a little weird, but
yeah, but you understand that rapper guy August, I heard he was really, really fucked up. Like when he came into the house, like
you can't behave like that, son. He's fucked up. How would you gonna fuck somebody over that he's helping you? Come on.
No. Well, I wouldn't, but there's people that do that. There's people that get caught. So there's people that
come on, a few years older than their son. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is weird, son.
No, it's
like Jada Smith's friend knocking off his mother.
You know what though? That's one thing I will say.
If Jada's in front of me, B, I'm sorry, B. Someone's got to go.
Somebody got to get it. I understand.
Someone's got to go. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
do you think Jada Pickett's hot?
Yeah.
Really? I don't see that. Not no more, son.
I mean, maybe 20 years ago, son, but she looks like a fucking skeleton right now, son.
Her mom is dope. Her mom's hot.
Who's her mom, son?
Her mom's like in shape. She's got like
I don't fucking know who her mom looks like.
Yeah, I've never seen her mom.
Yo, I like to chase Google and Jada Pickett's mom, son. Well, who the fuck's her mom?
So he took it to the next level. He's like, Jada's taken, son. I gotta go look at her mom.
Yeah, she's 50 years old. I want her 75-year-old mother, son. Where's her 75-year-old mom? I think she's wet, son. She's ready to go.
I'm trying to come up.
Jada's about to get half of those shit. I'm gonna get half of Jada's shit.
Yo, her mom's ain't gonna give me no problems, B. No problems. I don't want no problems. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win now. I'm trying to win. Going forward, man. I'm trying to win now, bro. Fuck this bullshit, dog. The beast is out, man. I can't hold it in no more. You know, people's got to go. People's got to go. You know, it's non-personal.
Facts right there, son.
I don't know. I think, like you said, I think I put that particular family just like with any other Hollywood family that eventually, in my opinion, they just got lost in the sauce with all the fame and celebritism. You know, like honestly, they're no different from the Kardashians.
Again, for years we were hearing there was an open marriage with them and all that shit. So, you know, this could all be a cover up how they're playing it out to make it look a certain way. You know, we don't.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't know.
See, that's the thing about Will Smith, and I've heard this about him. It's just true that he always was very selective about the products he did because he always wanted to do big budget films or films that would like get a Christmas release that would have a seasonal Christmas thing because he just wanted to be the most famous person ever.
Yeah.
So I can't believe a guy that smart who started that long ago in Hollywood is going to let something like this surprise him. You know, I in my heart, and I feel like he knew this was coming down, and they're trying to set it up so that he's making it out better on it.
So on the flip side of that,
right now everyone's making fun of Will, but everyone feels bad for Will. You know what I'm saying? So he's got everyone's sympathy. So everyone still loves Will. Everyone hates Jada, loves Will.
Because of how he played the interview. He played the interview right.
Yes.
Son, dudes like Will could have been like, son, somebody please knock my wife off. I hate this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Or he might be fucking a 25-year-old somewhere. Looks way better than Jada Pinkett, son.
Man, it's 20 of them at a time. So
that's what exactly. It's Will Smith, and he doesn't look no older than he did in Fresh Prince. Yeah, guy still looks young,
he's
son.
Ripped, son. Ripped still, son.
So
he
might be winning, son. The world's feeling bad for him. Will Smith is winning right now. He's like, thank God somebody got this bitch off my back. So I couldn't wait to get rid of her.
And if it goes to divorce court, everyone knows what she fucking did. No one knows what he did, son.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like she's got no fucking.
Nobody's talking.
Yeah,
nobody's talking. Jada fucked up because she's fucking with young dudes who talk. That nigga shouldn't have did interviews about that, son. He fucked up.
She got messy.
You know what? He's in that interview crying because he can't get the pussy no more. Son. He's miserable. That was her little boy toy. That was a little boy toy. He's fucking miserable. He can't fuck it no more. That's why he's crying. He loves the bitch.
He's gonna come fuck with me on Big Monday, son.
Big Monday. He's gonna be fucking Macy Gray next week.
He's back. He's back to his Instagram post, son.
I'll bring him back to humbleness. Just come rock with me, you know.
I'll tell you what though. Jada did bless the whole world with the new shits on the entanglement.
Oh, entanglement.
Oh man, I'm in an entanglement.
That had to be the most fucking looked up word this week.
Son, I tagged that shit like on 4 fucking weeks. Bro, I texted the other day. I was like, yo, the best way to look guilty is by apologizing, son.
Yeah.
And she didn't do that at all. She pulled a Bill Clinton. You know, instead of saying, oh yeah, you know, I slept around my wife. He just goes, you know, mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. By who?
Mistakes were made.
By who, motherfucker? You, me? How's that? Sorry, son. Mistakes were made. Brilliant, son. Brilliant. Mistakes were made. Entanglement. I'm using them from now on, son.
Yep. Actually, you know what? Cheers to Jada for that.
Yeah,
salute to Jada, use a boss bitch. There you go, girl. You know?
She said what dude's been trying to say for so long, son.
Yeah, exactly.
We couldn't explain that as well as she did.
I got into an entanglement.
That's it.
There's so many
women
women
that locked out by a fucking young buck.
That's how I feel. She was saying she was sad, she was miserable, she wasn't happy.
That's every married man I know.
That's every man I know. Exactly.
Yeah, but I can tell you right now, all the women that were listening to it that felt her, they were like, yes, girl, I know.
And
me
so
too.
were the dudes.
Right,
Exactly.
yes. Exactly, son.
Damn, we bashed them up. We bashed them up for a half hour, man.
They had it coming, son.
It was a big topic, son.
They had it coming. They got a couple.
They had it coming.
We got Pop. We got Pop.
Yeah. This one's on. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard. You know, the Washington Redskins went ahead and changed their name and made it official. So they owner of the Washington Redskins, Dan Snyder, made it official on July 13th as the team is looking to move on from the offensive, racist, and derogatory team name, Washington Redskins, amid financial pressure from sponsors and equally as important, pressure from Native Americans who wanted the team to abandon the name. So
I'll tell you right now.
What do you guys think about that?
I know. I'll tell you right now. As the article said, the Washington Redskins changed their name because of pressure from sponsors and equally as important, Native American communities. That's not true. The Washington Redskins could give a fuck about Native American communities right now. I'll tell you straight up and down. Because if they gave a fuck about them, they'd have changed the name 50 fucking years ago. They folded because their sponsors came up. Nike said, we're not going to sell your product in our stores unless you change your name. Walmart said, we're not going to sell your product in our stores unless you change your name. FedEx said, we won't mail your fucking product. FedEx, who sponsored the FedEx field where they play, is named after FedEx. So we're not going to mail your product unless you change your name. They folded because money was into it.
Yep.
Money's everything, son. Money's everything in this country. This country, racism in this country only matters because people are tired of or don't want to spend money on racist things anymore. That's the thing right now, son. The Redskins name would have stayed. Black Lives Matter wouldn't have cared unless nobody showed up with their money, with their checkbooks, son. It's always about money in this country. If you got money behind you, you're fucking fine. You're fine. And thankfully, now the money's on the right side of the equation. I agree, like, whether or not your names change over time, son. Dude, there was a time, and we talked about it on the podcast probably about a year ago, where I was telling Chase, you might remember this, Jack, so you listen to the podcast every week, where I said, like, calling someone colored is disrespectful, and it is now.
Yeah.
But 50 years ago, when our grandmother was working in a typist room with her black colleagues, she quit because her best friend was getting paid less than her, and she said, yeah, they weren't paying the colored girls as much as us, but that's what we called them back then, colored girls. It's like we didn't know. They're black now, they're African American now. But it just name changes. But how you react to how people are treated is what matters. And finally, the money's reacting the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's what it is.
So you okay?
I support it. I said no because the money said no, son. We're tired of the Redskins name. Change this shit.
Right. Yeah.
It's like all these emails I'm getting now with Dick's Sporting Goods and all these major corporations like. We stand with Black Lives Matter. No, you don't. Black Lives Matter and all of this shit.
What the fuck were you 2 months ago?
They act like black was born yesterday, son.
Yeah,
this shit been happening, son. But because it's popular right now and it's the topic of conversation, it's like they have to join in the conversation and pacify us. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe none of that shit. It's all bullshit.
It's all money, son.
It's all money, and because it affects their money, they have to join into the conversation.
Yeah.
So anybody who believes in these corporations standing by them, you're fucking retarded, son, because it's not true. These people, they don't give a fuck.
They don't give a
fuck. So that's my stance.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel like it's. I think Randy pretty much hit it right on top of the head, and also you too, Jesse. Like the people, it's all about money, but then you look at where's the money come from. It always starts from the consumer.
Yeah.
Like That's the initial point before any of these global corporations get any type of profit. It always starts with the fucking initial person buying a goddamn ticket to go see your goddamn fucking football team with big ass men in tight ass fucking pants. You know what I'm saying? So if the like Randy said, like if the money changes, meaning if the people who are buying these tickets who have the money, if their feeling starts to change about the game, then you have to adapt. You have to make the change, because it's kind of like being the owner of a football team and being president of the United States. It's like, no. It's about me, man. You can have those type of owner, you know? Or you can have the owner that's like listening to the people, listening to like, what they, which quarterback they like, which, So I
find it kind of funny too.
I'll be honest with you, like the name Washington Redskins to me, like it doesn't like, I don't feel anything from it. Not because I can't, because I'm not a Native American, so I don't know what that feels to be like. I know what it feels as a black man with black people and with all the systematic stuff from back in the days and history of slavery and all this bullshit, redlining. I can name a whole bunch of shit. Yeah. But I guess I have to, but by default, I have to relate to them, because like I don't want a team called the Washington Niggas. Yeah.
No, but that's
I'm not supporting that team, dog. So you feel me? Like, but those are my niggas.
But no, but that's the truth, son. No,
actually,
I love that you said that. I love that you said that, because a lot of people
said that, right?
No, there's no team in the Washington.
No. There's someone. No, you know what? I gotta fucking credit. That was not mine. The reason why that was in my head, because I heard it from a comedian's joke, and that's why it's in my head. So that's why I said it, because it reached.
But it's true.
That was Tawana Gona joke. But
your sentiment is true in that it's cool that I think it's interesting and honorable that as a black man you can be honest and say like, yeah, I know what it feels like to not want to have something derogatory said about you, but to be honest, say, yeah, I don't know any Indians or Native Americans or anyone who's offended by the name Redskin, because I'm not, because I got to deal with my black man's problem. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people try to front and like, and dude, this whole fucking country's full of white people right now talking about that they know the black person's plight and they don't. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of black people, but I don't live as a black man. You know what I'm saying? So like, so the idea that you can be anything more than empathetic or was it? I forget if it's empathy or sympathy that you feel yourself, but the idea that you can identify specifically with someone else's need is a little bit off. but you do know. But like I said, as a black man, you do know you said I don't want a black team or a team in Washington with a name derogatory with black people. Just right. Like I can imagine Indians don't want or Native Americans don't want to be called Redskins. So you can appreciate that, but to say it's not on your mind every day, it's true. No one, dude, a lot of people don't know. Most white people in this country, I feel like this is true, in my opinion. Like most white people in this country don't believe racism exists because they don't know enough black people to experience it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like everything out of your experience is off your radar. You know, like. You know, and it's one of those things like no one knows any Native Americans in this country to know they're offended.
But people have to understand though, that's fine because there's really no fault of their own. But they have to understand a big part of that. The reason is because it was done. It was created that way for people not to like each other. It wasn't done by accident, bro. This was like systematically done to put certain people in certain places so they don't mix. So we keep people.
Of course, that's the biggest guy. We've talked about this 1,000 times, Chase. We've talked about this fucking well before Black Lives Matter. When we started this podcast 4 years ago, we talked about this shit. I mean, it might be like episode like 20 something talking about race. We're like, what really keeps people separate is not growing up together, not being around black people, not being around Spanish people, not being around Asian people. You know, like, and that whole separation it just makes everyone else's experiences alien to you. Yeah. How can you identify with a woman if you've never grown up with a woman? Yeah. You know, how can you identify with a gay man if you never had a gay male friend or a lesbian? You can't possibly feel empathy for something you haven't experienced.
Where I experienced that more, son, was more like with racial jokes because you grew up where we grew up.
Yeah, man.
We grew up with everybody. So for me, it was like I never understood that shit because me personally, as a biracial dude, I've always been fucking stereotyped when I walk in the stores, the way I look, the way I talk, the way I dress.
We talk about this all the time in the podcast.
And I never understood that shit until it became like certain racial jokes and certain people would react differently to that. I'm like, I never understood that shit because to me, again, I grew up with Spanish, blacks, whites. It was such a melting pot in Queens where we, the specific part of Queens where we grew up. Yeah. Where I never felt it until certain things were said and I would notice certain reactions from people where they would feel certain ways about things like that didn't sit well with them. And I'm like,
It's when I left. When I went to college, and I talked about this with you, Chase, privately for sure, and maybe a few times on the podcast. It's only when I left New York that I really realized how little I knew about the way the rest of the world worked. I just assumed everybody knew black folks. I assumed everybody knew Chinese kids. I felt not Latin enough, not black enough growing up in Ridgewood, and I felt not white enough going to Brown. But when I went to Brown, they were like, oh shit, they were like,
I heard you say that.
They were like, oh my God, they couldn't believe I made it out of Queens. Yeah. But I got there, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you guys are weird.
But you were the minority there, right?
Yeah, by one minority.
I heard you speak about that on the podcast before, and it was bugged out because I remember you saying that, and I was saying, it was almost the opposite of me. Like, I never felt, quote unquote, white enough in certain places. Like, I've always had that stereotype. People always mistake me for Spanish somehow, whether it be Puerto Rican or something like that. Yeah. So I've always got the opposite end of that. But it was weird because when you spoke about you going to Brown, it was like that's probably the feeling you had for me in different environments. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were the minority. I wasn't white.
Yeah,
I wasn't exactly.
White. Yeah. But oddly enough,
everybody knew I was a nigga.
That's funny.
I can't relate, guys. I'm sorry. I don't have empathy for you guys. I know exactly where I come from. I'm good.
But I'm sure they didn't know you were from. I'm sure they didn't know you were an African refugee. That's the thing too. Like, they don't know where you're from, son.
Well,
let's not get into it, James. Africans don't fuck with Black Americans, son.
And you know that, son.
You know that, son. Africans do not fuck with Black Americans, son.
In what context? What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
They don't fuck with them. If you show certain shit that's going on, if you show a fucking, I work with Africans, son, like real from fucking Ghana.
Nigeria, yeah.
Ghana, son. I work with motherfuckers from Ghana. They do not want to be associated with Black Lives Matter or any motherfucker that has to do with when you see a black guy robbing a fucking gas station in a city somewhere. They're not associated with that.
They call them African Americans.
If you say they're African Americans, they don't like that shit.
Because they're African.
Yeah. I'm not fucking with that.
There is.
I thought you those were Godfrey. No, I know. I had this conversation with you and Godfrey off air. I don't know if you had the conversation with him on air, but I know because we talked about it because he's Nigerian and he's like, yeah, there's a different vibe between Black Americans and people from Africa.
Son, Patrice O'Neal on O&A said, I don't fuck with Africans, son. Patrice O'Neal is a Black American, was like, I don't fuck with them because they don't like me.
Yeah.
Fact.
I think that's as real as a statement from a person who was a comedian. Also, first he's a black man before he's a comedian. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So he's not saying it for like satire. He's really,
he's not trying to be cute.
Yeah, he really means it. And the one thing I can say about it is because as an immigrant myself, right, there was, when we came here, for example, right, when I first came here, my parents first came here, right, where we come from in certain parts of Africa, well, pretty much majority of Africa, we never heard of like heroin, crack cocaine. We've never seen black, like really like high level of violence against each other on a domestic
level drug dealing and all that shit. You guys weren't fucking with that.
We just weren't like, it's just that everyone looks the same. Everyone like talks the same. Like we're all, for the most part, we're poor. So we're all like trying to like work to get out of poverty we needed each other. We had Africans, we have a global sense of responsibility for other people. Mm-hmm. When you're from my culture, like everyone's responsible for each other. Mm-hmm. Because,
you're poor, son, you got to come together.
You got to come together. And then here, when you come to this country that's totally different, that was built on totally different things, you know, it didn't seem like that was the case. You know, it was like more of like, go for yours. Like, you know, this is capitalism. Like, you know,
every man for themselves. You know, black people like selling drugs to like your own people, like you're killing them for money. Like, we're looking at it like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
I never thought about it. Yeah, man. It's like,
you know,
yeah,
so
I can't even imagine that.
Why you know, yeah, we look at it, and my mom like cried when she first came here because she didn't know like there was like gun violence and kids would die. And she was like, yo, why did you bring me here to this country? Like, we don't have that where we come from. You know what I'm saying? So she always grew up in America with fear of her kids like dying, like her whole life. She always had a fear.
That's crazy. So, I think about that. Like, to see black on black violence in America as an African, it's like, oh wait,
you're not from here.
Yeah, like, oh, you guys look like you're all from the same tribe. How can you be doing that to? Because that's how it is in Africa. Like, you're all from the same community. How can you kill your own brother in your community? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. I never thought. Yeah, it's fucking wow, man.
Yeah. So, and then that creates a sense of like movement where you're looking at like life, not so much America, but life in general, just from a different lens. You know what I mean?
It is America. It's an American mentality. So it's about the fucking dollar here. So
we talk
about the dollar, son.
Yeah, but I want to add one more thing though. And that's why like a lot of Africans feel certain like ill will, not towards the people, black people itself, but just in terms of like the idea of what they think of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, Black Africans should, number one, I'll say this, and I've said it, and there's other people that have said it. Africans, when it comes to black people here, like just like black Americans here, we owe it to them. If it wasn't for the fucking the struggle that black Africans had to go through with during the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, slavery, like we owe it to them for us to come here for freedom. Because they did it. We didn't do it. Africans didn't do it. Like where I came from, we didn't.
If you came as an African without the slave revolt, you would not be free.
We're not involved. We weren't like, you know, it wasn't us. It wasn't my people that.
Yeah, freedom in America exists on the backs of African slaves.
We should never ever disrespect like African Americans here, like black Americans here. They
didn't want to come, son. They got dragged here.
They were dragged here initially, but they actually built America, bro, on their backs. Like, we owe it to fucking, like, Africans should fucking bow down to a degree and like respect fucking Americans, like, you know what I mean? But Africans don't fucking, and you know, Africans should not fucking go into this with a hatred towards like their own, like, that's the fucked up part about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So you know what it kind of reminds me of in a weird way, Jess? It reminds me of the way that Dominicans look down on Puerto Ricans when they're basically from the same tribe.
And how Dominicans look down on blacks.
Yes, exactly. It's like oh, just
they're fucking black.
Because you're the next step down.
You're black, son. You're fucking black. Like, there's no way to cut it.
Well, we talked about this with Godfrey. I reposted this on my Instagram. Godfrey talked about this shit for 2 years ago. He's like, son, Dominicans are black, son. You're black. Puerto Ricans are black too.
Son, you don't see us tan right now? We're tan because motherfuckers got melanin, son. We're not purebred, son. We're fucking mixed. That's why we tan so well.
It comes from it's that, you guys know, you guys are like, well, you know, you guys know what it was, man. Imperialism, colonization, you know, even as black people, there's always a sense of like.
But you know what? We're giving too much attention to the fucking ignorance.
Of course, always.
It's ignorance of motherfuckers that we're giving too much attention to. So fuck that, son. We gotta squash that ignorance, son.
Yeah, I told Randy before, like, I heard it from Denzel Washington, and I probably say this maybe every 3 or 4 podcasts, bro, and I'm gonna keep saying it, like, because it makes so much sense, like, for me, because I have my brain, you know how my brain works, it doesn't work at all. But he's like, Denzel Washington says, like, he was asked about a race question because he came out with that movie Fences, and you know it's all based on race and stuff, and he was like, listen, you can't legislate love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't legislate respect for other people. Like, you cannot pass a law or go after people or make them sign something that says, I respect you, I love you, I will never say anything bad to you. Mm-hmm. Those fucking experiences have to happen with one person directly, like through like an actual experience, a physical experience. You need to actually that comes by one, by actually interacting with people. Back to what Randy said, living with people, like or seeing people.
Yeah, you can't hit up close, like Jeff Dowd says. You can't hit up close, son. Talk to hit up close.
I like that.
You can't. Yeah, you have to like do these type of conversations like me and you are doing, but these people have to like do that on the street level. You know, even going to get a Dunkin' Donut coffee, like saying hi to the dude behind you, talking real quick, like you know. So,
son, it's the Ready Set Blow podcast, son. It's the example. That's the only example motherfuckers need, son. A dude from Eritrea and a dude from fucking Ridgewood, Queens, son. Come on, son.
It's
making it happen every fucking week. Dude,
that's why I post our podcast in black and white every time.
It's because who would ever thought that
those motherfuckers gotta squash that bullshit they're talking, son. Listen to the RSB podcast, son. It's about love and fucking respect, son.
You have to like bro, this dude has no like Randy's life was totally different, bro, than mine. Like, there's no real like.
But mine too. And mine too, son.
And now I'm about to be the only felon on this fucking podcast right now, son. I have a degree. I've made millions of dollars in my life, and I'm about to be a fucking felon.
Full circle. Full circle, son.
Isn't it great? Isn't it great? Like, honestly, who like. Dude, you're the man at the bar. Right? Honestly, if you're out of town, you're trying to kick back a few drinks. If Rain's at the bar or some dipshit fucking like nerdy dude, like who are you gonna fucking talk to at the bar? I'm gonna talk to Randy. Like I'm gonna have a good time. Like Randy's got a story. Like I do not want to live in mediocrity, bro. Yep. I'm not that. I don't live for mediocrity.
Never forget that, Chase. Never forget that, son.
I don't fucking push. If you rock with me, like, I will always try to push people to be great. Like, even if I'm not great. Like, if I see it in you, like, I'm going to be responsible for you. I'm going to call you out on your bullshit because I'm going to see, like, nah, you're better than that.
Well, and I see you, so you support great things. You stand behind great things.
Chase has the best taste. Yep. The best taste.
It's important.
I just feel like it's so much better. Like it just feels better, man. It's a better on the other side. That's all I can say. It's better on the other side, like, you know. So
all right, we got one more news topic. Do you want to go a little bit lighter? Or you want to keep with something a little bit more spicy?
What do you think, Jess? Man, G-Dubs is the guest of the pod, so I'll let him take the torch on that.
Let's go lighter, son. We got heavy.
We got light. All right. So TikTok users in U.S. prepare for life without the video app. Ooh, it's happy days for me, son. So U.S. lawmakers have raised national security concerns over TikTok handling of user data, and they were worried it might require that they share data with the Chinese government. I thought it would end, Gibson said in an interview. I didn't even have time to think about things through. Gibson recorded his farewell video for his 4.6 million fans who follow him on YouTube and Facebook, Instagram, including TikTok. While TikTok's fate in the United States is undecided, the news set off a wave of worries amongst its devoted user fan base who are coming up with backup plans on other services. So apparently, last week, India banned TikTok in India, a country of 1.5 billion people, second only to China. And now the Trump administration and the U.S. government, including its security agencies, are curious as to whether or not they want to ban TikTok in the United States because the Chinese government, as I said about fucking 9 months ago, that the Chinese government is behind TikTok. And look, I'm a liberal guy, and you guys know this. Listen to me.
Ban it.
But I do not like TikTok, son. Yeah. And it sounds like the United States is getting close to banning it in the United States. How do you feel about this, Chase? Are you on TikTok?
No, there's no TikTok and nothing going on over here, man.
He has a troubled time already, son. You've been asleep the whole podcast.
So listen, man, I'm one of these people that whoever follows me, who wants to follow me and be remotely interested in anything that I do, right? I want them to follow me like just regularly, you know, like I'm not going to go out and try to search you. I'm definitely not buying. I don't buy followers. I don't do none of that shit.
I never buy followers, son. All the followers I got have been fucking earned.
Yeah. So it's like, if I'm earning it, I'd rather take it slow and earn it the right, you know what I mean? I don't want to manufacture this persona. Like, that's not my style. Like, I'm not. So I feel like sometimes you have to have a balance, man. It's like, every hour, you know, like I know there's an algorithm, there's mechanics to social media. I get that. But like, what am I? I'm a grown man. Why the fuck am I dancing in front of my, like,
exactly, son.
No, you know me. I like to dance. You know,
you're a dancer, son. You're a good dancer.
Yeah. I'm gonna start doing like dancing videos and stuff, but it's not gonna be like in a TikTok.
You did one the other night. You put on Instagram, son. You do fucking dancing around the story, son. You put it on.
But there's something about TikTok, like, and I'm sure there's gonna be another type of app that's gonna probably do the same thing.
Yeah, I got the new. There's a new app in this article that's going to take over for TikTok. This thing is now popular, but I lost it in the article. I'm not going to bother reading.
Yeah.
But my point is about it.
Yeah, but my point is like finish is like, it's like I get social media. You need social media to get people out there to get you whatever interested in whatever you're doing, but it's really thirsty, bro. Like it's really tight. It's like. But the thing is, it's for the young people. I get it. Like you can have that, like do it. But if you're compromising like certain like secrets or intelligence because you want to fucking look cool in front of an orange juice, go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like
those young kids. No. Those young kids don't realize what they're giving up to sign up to that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So. Again, I mean, that's not. This conversation is so far beyond us because we're too old for that shit, son. They dancing on that shit, the fucking videos and all that shit is.
Yeah, but they don't.
It's young kid shit.
But they're giving over their image permanently to the Chinese government.
Their parents are allowing that bullshit. It's the parents who should stop these kids.
Who
should monitor what they're signing up for, son.
It's a good point right there, son.
It's the parents' fault.
Bro, it comes down.
Son, she's 16 years old. She's been on TikTok since she was about 13, 14. And initially when she signed up for that shit, I heard she was on that because she was trying to get me to make videos with her. I was like, I told her what it was about. And again, she doesn't give a fuck because she's not there to give a fuck about that. But her mother should.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She doesn't know. Young kids don't know how long their life is and how precious the idea of security and privacy and personal experiences. Like they all grew up on being on social media. So privacy doesn't mean shit. Like for them, the currency is being public. But when they get their privacy fucking ruined, when they get that's the thing. Like they don't think the long-term settings. Like oh, I'm just doing this video now. But what if one day you want to be a senator and all of a sudden a video of you doing a dance that might be considered racist or mocking or whatever, or you blowing your fucking boyfriend that you put on Facebook, like that you DM somebody, gets put out there. Like you never know what's going to come out about you, about what future you want to build. Yeah. You know, right. So you get sort of pigeonholed into that. You know, and they don't realize how long life is. Like they think 16, like by 21 I'm going to be this. No, and they think no one's going to remember. And now, unlike us. Son, when I was 16, all the shit I did when 16 is nowhere. Yeah. There's nowhere. Son, I was an arch criminal on the internet at 13. So we talked about this in the podcast. I admitted to it because it wasn't a crime.
Take it easy. As your lawyer, Judge Coco.
In fact, I got a pair of beef and broccolis behind me.
Yeah, man. I used to steal. We talked about it in this podcast, Chase. I used to steal on the internet.
I have to stop you. I don't want you. You got something else going on. I don't want you to further incriminate yourself. So.
No, we're talking about mad long ago.
No, these weren't crimes back then, son.
Mad long ago. This is before the internet, son.
This is back like during CompuServe days, during Prodigy days. You know, like the fucking
AOL dial-up just came out.
I'm gonna tell you both. I'm gonna sit you guys down right now. You guys are already sitting, so I don't have to do that. And tell you this, son. If they came for Bill after 60 years, son, they could come for you too.
That's right, son. They might come. But that's what these young kids got to learn, man. As these young kids are learning, like everything you put on the internet is going to be there for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So if you allow access to a third party that doesn't like you to that information, they're going to use it against you for the rest of your life. And you never know, and what I love is my favorite thing when people say is like, oh, who cares about privacy? I'm not doing anything wrong. Yeah, right now, asshole.
Yeah.
Ask Shane Gillis how he feels about that. Ask every other fucking comic. Ask Kevin Hart, who got fucking sewered for what he said on Twitter 10 years ago that everyone laughed at. That got 1,000 retweets. Jim Jeffries talks about it in his new special on Netflix right now. He's like, I made a joke in 2010 that everyone loved. It was on my special. It got huge roars. And now they're coming after me for it. Back then, it was fine. They moved the goalpost.
Yep.
So you never know where the future's going to go. You know? So these kids got to understand, like, you cannot put this shit out there.
And stop putting everything under your fucking real name, son. Create an alias.
I fucked that up, Don.
Listen, the only place that knows my fucking real name is this podcast, son. It's the only place where my real name is ever mentioned, son. You cannot search my real name and get any fucking dirt on me.
Well, unfortunately, I use my real name. And that's, but I also felt there's a point.
You're doing that for younger kids to get it right.
No, but fair enough.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I have to give Cranny a lot more credit to that idea than what I give him shit for it. Because I always try to, like, as much as I am a friend, I always like to try to protect people at that same time. I'm looking for things outside of what my friends don't normally would see or would know. And I try to warn them about it so they can, like, always protect themselves. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I was like, yo, Rainey, you should come up with, like, a different, you know what I'm saying, like, name, because you got a different life that's still, like, it's still good. But these people
had this conversation. Yeah, I had this conversation with him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So, yeah. So I was like, yo.
No, but it started slow. I mean, I was Randy V, and it was a podcast, and then it took 2 years?
On, right. But this is what I would say. This is the credit to you is the fact that, man, I gotta give him credit, Randy, because he's like, yo, he's better than me in this way. He's like, yo, they're gonna have to fuck with me no matter what I say. If they don't,
you know what the difference is, Chase? They were gonna fuck with him whether he was Randy Valerio or fucking Dun. It didn't matter, son. It was gonna happen. I knew this. So no matter what name he picked, it would have happened regardless, son. And that was my whole thing with him. It was like, forget it, because that's already too far gone. But for the kids listening, choose if you're gonna bug go on the alias and figure it out, because when you have to get a day job like most of us have to fucking get, you don't want them to be able to Google you under the name that's on your resume. No. To figure out everything that's out there.
No, but at the end of the day, guys, and you're right, Jesse, you're right. But at the end of the day, what I thought about was it's like who am I going to be if I can't be myself? At the end, and what I really thought about, honestly, dude, between us three fucking girls and the rest of the people listening just tomorrow, I thought to myself, I'm like, all right, well, I can choose a name, I can be a little alias, but then I'm like, why should I have to fucking hide what my passions are? I'm not hurt anybody. I can perform any job you want, any straight job you want, or any day job you would hire me to do. I shouldn't have to feel guilty about having my opinions on my own time. And it's almost in a protest way, like go ahead, don't hire me.
Yes, but that protest doesn't work against your lawyer right now who tells you to block your account.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? I know. That's all I'm doing.
I know it fucks up, but just at the end of the day, Jesse, like, I shouldn't have to feel. My lawyer's like, fuck the DA.
But we know politics exist, and you have to play politics right now.
I know, but Martin didn't let that one. Like at some point, and before push back, son.
I get it, and I'm only saying this again. I had my name before I even thought about any of this, but I was so glad that because of your situation and because of people that I know who go through this, I'm so glad I have nothing under my name. And this wasn't premeditated before I chose my name. My street name is because that's what was given to me.
Yeah.
That's just what it was. And I'm fortunate for that. But when I see what he's going through and what other people I know are going through, it's like, damn, son, you really have to, like, you have to protect your privacy.
You have to think about it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's the thing. Like, and where I'm at right now dealing with this, it's like, well, wait a minute. Like, people like me shouldn't have to feel guilty about what
I feel the same way.
No, but you shouldn't have to. No, but somebody has to break that. Somebody has to make it okay for a black guy to read. Somebody has to make it okay for a guy with a felony to get a job. Somebody has to make it okay for a black man who loves a white woman to marry. Someone has to make it a fucking normal. You know what I'm saying? To not feel guilty. Someone has to make it okay for someone successful to smoke weed every day and still be fucking successful. And if I gotta do that, that's a cross I gotta bear. Son. That's a cross I gotta bear.
So you're talking to a guy who took every piss test in his life with a Wizinator. and niggas out there know what the fuck I'm talking about, son. Like, I understand, son, but I also understand the fucking textbook bullshit of how this has to go. The politics. As we said, you know what I'm saying? It's politics.
I know, that's what bothers me.
I know it bothers me too. I'm not arguing your politics because I'm the same way. I get it.
You got to be in this business, bro. And we're in the same business, music business, and it's entertainment. I always a lot of the shit that I was able to move around and do things like early on is because I saw how people moved and I saw how things connected.
Right.
So I've always sat in the back. I'm like, okay, boom, this venue does that. They get this amount of money. Boom, it's like you have to be like, just like you, Randy, like, and when it comes to numbers and math and stuff, you're like 2 steps ahead. Like you already know, like a lot of people, I feel like now they're, like you said, they're not thinking 5, 6 steps ahead. It's like now, how many followers do I get? How many reposts do I get? How many fucking this for right now? But it's like, yeah, they might like you now, but are they going to stay with you for your career? Are they going to really like be there for the good and the bad? You know what I'm saying?
Motherfuckers are fickle, son. Fans are fickle. And again, we don't like to call them fans, we call them supporters.
Supporters, yeah. All right.
Motherfuckers are fickle. And anybody who listens to the podcast week in and week out, every fucking episode, son, I love you motherfuckers, son.
Yeah, thank you. God bless.
Because these are the people that fucking matter. Motherfuckers tune in when shit is popping, and when shit goes left, they're out of here, son. I understand that shit, son. I don't respect that bullshit.
That's right.
I don't respect that bullshit.
It's
stick with them whether shit is going good or shit is not going good, son.
Yeah, you got to. You have to. You got to have a backbone, man, in life. You got to have a
fucking backbone, son.
You know, and then if you don't have one,
this is why I fuck with the podcast, son. As a fan, I'm a guest today, but I'm a fan before I'm a guest, son.
Oh yeah, you show up every week, son. That's the thing. We talked about this earlier on, son. You show up every week, baby. You know, for all the listeners out there, no matter. So I'm on vacation right now. My brother's in the room. Chase is over there in Boston, son. We're not gonna miss an episode. So I got locked up. I post an episode the next day, son. Every day, so
not missing, son.
Yeah, you don't miss episode. I don't miss weeks.
So RSV is this when motherfuckers listen to this podcast. This is Ready, Set, Blow happening right now, son. Yeah. This is happening. No, honestly, son. Now we're keeping it 100, 1,000%.
You're saying like on a.
This is it right here, son.
Yeah. Because whoever follows us, like whoever gravitates towards us for any reasons, you know, I bring a certain set of things. Randy, great set of things. You, great set of things. Like.
The dynamic works, son.
The dynamic, you have to rock with it from like front to back. It's not
just like we had 3 fucking listens the first week, son.
And you know what, son?
And we kept going.
Hash Wednesday is still a fucking thing, son.
It is.
That's what I fucking love. And any true supporter who understands the passion, because whatever, niggas are drinking and shit, but the passion that's happening right now, it's fucking real, son, because it's from day one, son.
That's right.
Hash Wednesday has never fucking left.
It's going to be Hash Wednesday tomorrow, son. It's coming out tomorrow. It's posted.
Yeah, I tell you, if you rock with us or the crew, you got to love the fucking crazy shit that I say. You got to like the intelligent way Randy can articulate and put things together way. You got to also like how I fucking, I come up with
guests, so we're crazy. Guests on, we have fucking wild people. We record from all over the world, son, whatever, wherever you are, wherever I'm at, we're recording, son.
Yeah, you gotta love that. You gotta love Randy over talking people.
So we do this all the time, son. We're fucking the house we grew up in, son. We're fucking yelling over each other for attention, son. This is how it goes, Chase. This is normal. When it's foreign to you, as a listener, shit is normal to me, son.
I know.
I understand it, son. This is how we talk.
I get 3 to 4 DMs a week from new listeners. Be like, yo, the podcast is great. But damn, that Randy talks a lot.
Son, I gotta feel over him. So I understand it.
You know what I tell him? And you know what the beauty is, Chase? Fuck you trying to get on other people's levels. Niggas got to get on this level. Son. They got to catch up, son. Niggas got to catch up to what we're doing, son.
Bro, you know how many times, Dubs, you know how many times that me and Randy would talk about a topic and it would come on a major person's podcast like 3
every
days
week,
later?
son.
I listen to you guys on other people's podcasts.
3 weeks later, Joe Rogan talks about it, son. 3 weeks later, son. you want to get a watered down version and go listen to him.
So, which questions the theory right now? Maybe we should probably release these podcasts a little earlier. Maybe we're waiting.
I'll put it out tonight. No problem.
You know what I'm saying? What do you think? Maybe we should
start
posting
Tuesday night, bro. Don't worry about me, son. I got you, son. I got you. I'll post it.
I like that face.
I love this shit. I love to hear it. I love to sit in on it. I'm just a fly on the wall right now, son, because I love everything, the dynamic. Again, people have to catch up to what the fuck is going on right here, son. It's real. It's real. Where else are you getting this?
We're the voice of the people.
Where else are you getting this?
I don't know. It's
I can't think of any other biracial podcast. I don't know. maybe with the race wars, but even that is that still going on?
You can just kind of.
It's not the same. Niggas aren't from where we're from, son.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't give a fuck what they. You could be biracial, but niggas aren't from where we're from, son. And whatever, son. I will stand behind anything, son. Like they could try to whatever about him. I'm from that, son. I understand. I could break it down to niggas, son. Send them to me. Send them to me, son. I'll break it down to niggas.
Send them my way.
Send them my way. So I'll break it down to niggas, son.
Yeah, we have our community.
Both of you brothers,
our community, our RSB community, consists of
they're very loyal people. I'll tell you that right now. We built a small army. Thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate that. We started with three. I don't know who the three were. But if you're still listening, thank you. And we built a small, very aggressive, very loyal army, and I'm happy about that. That's what I want to do.
It's the dynamic, bro. I told my brother from day one, son. It's the dynamic between the two that just work. It just works, son. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. Certain things you can't explain. You just have to accept, son. And that's just the only way I could put it. That's it. It just fucking works. And you got me tuned. You got my ears for an hour and 30 minutes, 2 hours, however long you motherfuckers go, son. I'm listening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. It's just what it is, Chase.
We feel good about. I always feel good about hearing those positive things from everybody, and this is just kind of like the beginning. Even though we've been doing this for a little while, man. I feel like this is also kind of just the beginning.
Son, it'll be 4 years in like December 28th or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like this was just
applaud yourself for the fucking consistency, because how many people are doing the same thing for 4 years, son? Straight consistency.
We haven't missed a week.
Motherfuckers don't have consistency, son. I've been rapping since 15. You niggas been podcasting for 4 years, son. Come on, son. I don't want to hear about niggas. Whatever, man.
Yeah, it's like
Jesse's angry. I love it. I know. Well, you're not. Jesse's been. And
Chase, when we kick it, you know how we kick it, son. On a personal level, forget the podcast. Whenever we meet up, we're at my brother's comedy show, whatever.
Family, son.
We kick it like family, son. It's real. It's real authentic shit. Nothing is ever scripted. Niggas aren't reading papers right now. This doesn't happen. There's no pre-show rehearsal. Come on, son.
No.
Get out of here. We don't do that.
Yeah, and I think it's you have to have those those you have to have those talks, man, with people. You have to have, like you said, people. It just has to be authentic, man. If it's not authentic, I just can't fuck with it, bro.
This is I just can't. The brother, son. So
yes, well,
I can't.
So at the end of the day, for me, like Jesse was saying, man, like if you do something you're passionate about, and if you give a shit, and like I was talking about, like you make a stand on who you are, and you live with that conviction, even if people don't necessarily identify with that exact topic. They can respect the way you carry yourself, what you care about. They can see your values. And if you can see someone's values, you know how to deal with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might not agree with every value anyone else has, but if I know what your values are, I know how to deal with you, how to respect you, how to talk to you on a level. It's when people get wishy-washy and they sort of slide with opinions and views and that kind of thing. It's like, well, I can't fuck with that. You know, like I can't. If you're not going to be who you are and live that lifestyle, then how can I expect anything out of you? You know, there's no consistency, there's no reliability. You know, and you've always been that way, Jesse. And I try, and for
you don't try, you do.
No, but for better or worse, I do. To the point where I'm risking talking about my fucking case in Texas on air because I want to share with the people out there that care about me, who want to know about it. You know, I'm not oversharing. I'm gonna be respectful, but I'm not gonna not say who I am. I'm not gonna not be who I am. Like I'd rather take the consequences. You know, and I am taking the consequences for it. So I'm gonna have to live with that.
And the people who give a fuck about you are never gonna not have your back.
No, and that's the point.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the point.
And that's important because anybody, as his younger brother, as his little brother, anybody he brings to my fucking circle and he says, "Yo, this is my people," I embrace them like family, son, because I don't have to question him.
You know, I wouldn't bring you.
I don't question it, son. I don't question it, and that's the way shit's supposed to. When you're a fucking stand-up individual, son, that's the way things work, son. If he tells me this is my boy, that's my brother.
Yeah.
Immediately, son. Like, there's no questions asked. Chase, we didn't have that conversation, son. He said, this is my co-host, this is what we're doing, this is what it is. Embrace, son. My man. Whatever we want to talk, Chase, we have our personal combos, son. You know that. We've had those.
You've made me eggs, son.
You was on keto. You was on keto caliente, son. You said you wanted eggs. I made you eggs, son. Come on, son. Come on, son. Keto caliente, son. I had you.
That might be it right there, son. The keto caliente. You had me keto caliente, son.
I was like, yo, you got some eggs? My man was like, yo, I got eggs for you, but you came with something else, B. You came with something else.
Oh, no, he styled you. My brother can cook, so that's like me, son. He can cook, son. He styled you on the eggs, son. He gave you the keto eggs like 4 in the morning, son.
4 in the morning, over the sink.
Yeah, over the sink. I got the video. Proving with the beats blasting in the back. I'm waiting.
I pulled the DJ set after.
Yeah, where was Mom at? I don't know if she was loud.
So we were going crazy.
Yo.
Man, it's the love, son. It's everything we're talking about identifies with the Ready, Set, Blow podcast, son, because that's what it's about, son. We're 3 individuals from different walks of life, son, and it still just meshes. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it's the love regardless, son. There's no barriers there. And that's what the fuck it's about. So any motherfucker listening, this is what we represent. No matter where you see us from, what we're doing, this is what we represent, son. It's fucking love and bringing motherfuckers together, son.
G-Dubs, Farmers Joint, baby. G-Dubs,
that's
Farmers
what
Joint.
we do, son.
That's what we're doing, man. And we're going to continue as long as we can. That's all I can say.
Comedy, hip-hop, fucking lifestyle. Yo, it's lifestyle, son.
That's a good point.
Motherfuckers got to get on this lifestyle that we're living, son.
Yo, you want to be light on your feet, just like after I ate those eggs. Come fuck with RSB, baby.
Light on your feet like that fake gold chain you got on your neck, son.
Yo, white gold, B. Don't play with white gold.
White gold, man. White gold, son.
You don't deserve it yet, B.
You put it back, son. He's going to the christening. You put it back. He's got a little baptism. Man, you got anything coming up? You got anything you want to share, brother?
Nah, man. Just trying to.
I know, right? We're back in quarantine, so I'm back in quarantine, man. I'm flying back.
Hold on. We're keeping this running, Chase. Let's get that sneaker combo, son. Bring it up. Let's talk about it.
Sneaker combo? What do you got?
Let's talk about it, Chase.
Wait, yeah, fuck it. Well, I'll go another half hour. We got.
So.
We got a bottle. We need more. You'll get the sneakers out, son.
Let me get into this thing, man. This is for the young listeners out there, and this is going to piggyback what me and G-Dubs and Rainey just talked about in regards to young people not really looking into the future in regards to security, private personal security, not privacy and security and stuff like that. Best believe one day your feet need to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Your feet takes you through the day. Your feet, carries on all the stress and all the things that you go through on any given day.
Yep.
So when you go into buying sneakers, guys, you have to be thoughtful and careful on the type of sneakers that you buy.
Yep.
I have been hoodwinked for 25 years.
Bamboozled and hoodwinked, son.
Bamboozled and hoodwinked by the African American community. I was indoctrinated and ingratiated and generalized in their community, and I took on the responsibility of committing to Jordans. I've been rocking Jordans as long as I can remember.
Yep, same here, kid.
Up until this weekend, I had a change of heart.
I had a change of heart on the Jordans he likes.
One, son.
From now on, Coco Caliente.
Where we going?
Coco Caliente is going to be rocking New Balance sneakers.
New Balance, kids.
Son, I put you on some New Balance, son. I'll give you some of them.
Listen, 900s and better. 900s and better when it comes to New Balances, huh?
Well, you know the font. What's up?
There was a
huge, right, but 900s and better for me. Personal.
They're gummy, son. They're soft.
I fuck with bottoms. I fuck with them bottoms.
Hold on, son. I'm about to show you what the fuck I bought, son.
I wish I was in the crib.
Hold on, son.
I would have got wild.
Hold on, B. You're gonna get the work. Oh, people are gonna get the work right now. Believe that. They're gonna get the sneaker work. Hold up. These are the best sneakers.
This is Ready for Blow podcast extra times.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, we did the news. This is we should do a Patreon for this extra shit.
Exactly. Keep this shit going.
Yo.
You got Chase, pull them out.
Boom, son. These are the most comfortablest sneakers I have ever bought.
Those are gunning shoes, son.
Those should only be worn on the treadmill, Chase.
Those are marshmallow joints.
What are those, son?
No, I go everywhere. These are my everyday joints, B. And just to let you know, it's Rubex, New Balance Rubex.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Not RuPaul, bitch. Rubex.
I mean, let me ask you something. What's your deal with Saucony's? Why don't you like fuck Saucony?
I just haven't really fucked with Saucony.
How are they different than Asics or New Balance? What is it about them that you don't like? Because they're comfortable as shit. I fuck with you. I mean, you see me fuck with them. I got two pairs.
It's like the best way I could describe it is when like Pele was out the same time as Pepe. We fucked with Pele. We didn't fuck with Pepe.
Who? Me?
Me personally, on a personal level. Like,
I didn't fuck with them.
Pele leathers were fire.
Yeah.
I had Pele leathers.
It was Averex, and I didn't have.
I had Averex. I still have Averex.
I had no Averex money when I was Averex was fine.
It's a long time. It's a long time. In Long Island City, there was an Averex distributor in Long Island City. If anybody was listening, next to LaGuardia College, I used to hustle around.
That sound like that college is not there anymore.
I used to pay a dude who had a license, who drove me to the place on Sunday morning where he used to drop off fresh butter soft leathers, and I used to hit the truck for leathers. I used to get.
Oh, you just steal spot.
I used to steal a bunch of Averex leathers and sell them.
Okay.
So that's why I was up on Averex.
Yeah, no, I mean Averex was hot when I was in high school, but I had no money for this shit. It was like $800 for
I used to steal them.
Yeah, there was no real comfort. New Balance has always had the
New Balance always had comfy, son. New Balance was the first.
New Balance is an incredible sneaker.
Well, no, they also had the Chase. You know this. They had the wide sneakers, son. They had the double D's, son. And I have wide feet. You have wide feet. I know Chase got wide feet, son. Because I've given him some shoes that fuck with me. Like, they're good enough for me.
Yeah,
you have the wide feet, son.
And I'm lucky enough where in Boston, New Balance is the headquarters.
That's right, son. Yeah, you go to Lawrence. This is cheap, son.
Get up there, and then the headquarters is located in Brighton, Mass. That's the
I'm so upset right now that New Balance, because of quarantine, has their customization on the website off right now. What? Well, I had a sick idea for New Balances during quarantine, and I try to go design them on their Design Your Own New Balance, and it's off right now. So, yeah, I fuck with New Balance. So again, if we do this podcast ever at Miles' house, I would pull some shit up on the camera to show you niggas you would never have the sneaker. It's an incredible sneaker.
I have another pair. You know, I bought 2 pairs. It was a crazy sale. They were doing 40% off additional discounted prices too. So they already discounted an additional 40. Those sneakers right there were $30, and they're $100 sneakers.
Yeah, so Chase, that's what we should do right there. Actually, son, that's a good idea for podcasts. So if you want to say, we should start with Patreon and do like little video blogs. So 15 minutes. Go to the crib, go to the sneaker spot, son.
Yeah, son.
We'll go down and go to T's practice, some shit. Go up to Godfrey's fucking the Gas Studios. Come down to LA, fucking go to Jeff Studios, whatever. So we should the behind the scenes shit. We should take
Jeff knows
behind the scenes shit. We should tape. So that's what we should do, Chase. We go behind the scenes and fucking film all this shit. Do behind the scenes at Coco Candi's Palace. You know, bring it back.
All that. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch
of. We
of
bring nostalgia back, son, with the sneakers. I have some serious joint, Chase. You would appreciate it. Last time you were at the crib, son, you never came down. He didn't come downstairs when we were vibing out that day.
Fucked up, son.
Yeah, we were fucking bent out of our mind.
because you guys go, man. I didn't talk to you ever.
All day, son. All day.
I gotta get back in shape, man. That's why I'm in. Yo,
you are in shape, son. Round.
When I came back, I was just fucking, But don't worry, baby. It's coming, dog. When it comes, it's not gonna be cute. A lot of pictures gonna be going up.
At the end of the day, Chase, you got love and support, son. Because that's what we fucking bring to the table, son. Love and support, son. Respect.
Yeah,
that's what this is all about, son. Niggas listening who understand what we're saying again, son. To reiterate, they will understand, son. People understand what the fuck we're talking about right now, son.
Yeah,
it's all love and respect, bro.
Yeah,
so when you come through, we're gonna make it happen.
For sure. Guys, make sure you check, G-Dubs does all our music for the podcast. The intro, the iconic intro that we've never changed, we've used. He's
the best.
Yeah,
so for the listeners, Chase, and you remember, I don't know if you remember, I know you remember this. So we chose that intro because you gave us, I don't know, fucking 40 beats, and we went through them all, and there was a bunch that we liked, and we were like, all right. So we tagged all the ones that we really liked, and we're like, all right. Then we got through a short list, and then we started hearing through. And the intro that comes in, the reason we loved it was because they pop the bottle, they pour a drink, and they light something up. I'm like, well, that's the one.
Hey, can I give you one?
That's one. And then all the outros we started using the outros. And now we change the outro, but the intro is going to stay the same forever.
Yeah,
I'll give you my behind story on that. So every beat I sent you, other than the intro, was beats that I already had made before thinking about when me and my brother spoke about, I need an intro for the podcast, this and that. I gave you guys a bunch of beats I had pre-made. That one that you guys picked, I specifically made for the podcast because I know how motherfuckers party. My brother likes to drink at bars and smoke. So, of course, I added the drink. I added the spark effect, all of that shit.
That's an artist.
That was specifically for the podcast. That's awesome. And it worked out the way it was supposed to work out. So
that's an artist. Yeah. You're an artist. That's what artists do.
Yeah, we never change that.
We create.
That intro was specifically made for the podcast. It was tailor-made for this podcast. It wasn't a beat I had already made.
Hey, listen. Once we start getting these checks, you're getting something, baby. Don't worry, baby. We ain't gonna figure it out.
I don't worry about that, brother. I don't worry about that. My brother's with me, son. It's my brother. Son.
You know what's funny? about that? I remember that just in college, I had a screensaver that had a glass of scotch. It looked like, it could have been a blunt, could have been a cigar. It was like a cigarillo in an ashtray, and a pistol on the desk. And it was called, I think that desktop, I forget what I downloaded. It was called like I Spy or something like that, or a private detective, whatever. I'm like, oh, that whole late night, when you're having a drink and a smoke by yourself, like, all right, what are we going to figure out here? Like, let's get into it. And that was the vibe. And that's actually, Chase, how you and I started fucking around. Was we were drunk and high, hanging out on my roof, talking about, comedy or R&B music. And I'm like, we should start recording this. This is back when I first moved in to Beacon Hill up above on the roof. Yeah, on the rooftop. And we should start recording this. Like, yeah, we should start recording this. That was like in November, and then it came out in January.
I know we're talking about the rooftop. Can I give a story about that rooftop?
Oh shit.
Actually, before you do that, I think we should me and you should create like a logo. Obviously our logo. I mean, not the logo, but what we use as the graphic for the podcast is cool. But I think we should kind of do something like that, where it's like a new logo where it has like a scotch on the table with a
we do one.
You know what I mean? Like something. Yeah, we could do something like that, right?
I mean, so we had the first logo, which is the headset, the black and white, which I love, which I want to keep. We will. And then we have the one we have now, as you guys see on the podcast screen, which is just me and Chase telling jokes side by side. But that was 2 years ago. We could change it again.
Yeah, something that's updated.
We definitely update it.
Yeah. So, but go ahead. What were you saying, G-Dubs? What were you saying about a story?
No, I was saying about the rooftop he was talking about where you guys connected or whatever. It was just a random story I had because he mentioned that rooftop. Me and my brother, we were all hanging out one night after fucking the benefit show.
The Common Secure benefit show. Not last year, but the year before. It must have been.
It was a few years ago. It was more than that.
About 3 years ago.
3 years ago. Probably 3 years ago.
Shout out to Donna Rollins. He follows the podcast.
Hilarious.
Been on the podcast twice. God bless.
And fucking, we were hanging out at a random bar. This is my first time, not my first time, but my first time being around when my brother lived at that time. I'd never been in an apartment. And we were hanging out. To me, it was a random bar. You guys may have been there. You're from Boston. I never been there.
You know where it was? It was called Tip Tap Room.
And there was a dude who was giving a bunch of fuss that night. We squared that away. And I just remember my brother saying, yo, let's bounce. I brought my friend from New York with me. Chase, you were with a couple of people. We were hanging out. We go to the fucking rooftop. Me and my brother had a sound clash for about fucking 30 minutes, son, before you niggas showed up. You know what I'm saying? And that whole memory for me meant something. You know what I'm saying? Like just thinking about that rooftop.
Jess and I went to the roof for half an hour for everybody else and just went to beat for beat.
Just sound clash, playing joints.
Have you heard this joint? Have you heard that joint? Have you heard this? Have you heard that? You remember my buddy Chris? Like that, son.
And Chase, you had somebody bring you a nice bowl of cereal that night, son.
Yes, son. Yo.
You had somebody bring you cereal, son.
So I lived with two lesbians at the time, and it was one of their girlfriends. It was Sarah. I think her name was Sarah. She brought up a bowl of cereal to you, son, like you were a prince.
It's a good night.
Like you were.
It's a good night.
Like you were like.
Good night, son. It's a good night. That's why I brought that up, because that whole memory in my head, son.
Was me in too, son.
Was a good night, son. We played bangers. Not only did motherfuckers play bangers, but niggas ate well. You know what I'm saying? But Chase, you ate well and you slept like a baby, son. Slept like a baby.
You remember Sarah, son, the Asian girl?
Oh, she tucked me in, son. She tucked me in.
Yo, son, we were all upstairs. We were all just fucking bent, son. Starving. And she came up with like a bowl of Count chocolate, son.
That's right, son.
You're like, where's Chase? Like he's fucking on a couch, knocked out, fucking, and la la land, you know. But the vibes were good, man, because we were just chilling.
Exactly. You know? No, what you just said is important. The vibes were fucking good, and that's what the vibes are right now. So no matter any fan, supporter, whatever you want to call yourself, listening right now, niggas may sound drunk, whatever. Niggas been drinking. But the vibe, but listen. Hold on. I know honestly, the vibe is good right now. So all you motherfuckers who want to judge or whatever, fuck. Understand that you come to this moment at some point in life, and this is the best moment of your life ever, when you will get to enjoy this with people that you fucking love and respect, and you have a good time.
That's right.
And this is what we're doing right now. So you can judge motherfucker you want, but you can eat my ass, son. Fuck you niggas, son. G-Dubs on Instagram, son. Fuck you.
That's right.
So, respectfully.
No, but Jesse's right, man. And Chase knows this. We've had a long day and a good time, man, and we've had a fucking fun time with this podcast. And if there's anything that anyone has a problem about this with, grow up. Grow up. And then we're here and we're here in Texas. Let us know.
Exactly.
And
shout out to my fucking brothers, son. We're making it happen regardless. Ready, set, blow. Randy Valerio, Chase Abel. Real motherfuckers, son. Real motherfuckers, son. Different walks of life coming together right now, showing love and unity and respect, son. Respect.
Make sure you guys tune in. Follow G-Dubs on all platforms: YouTube, Spotify,
Don't follow
Instagram.
me. Don't fucking follow me. Follow Randy Valerio. Chase Abel. We need you to get more. And Ready Set Blow podcast, son. this is what the fuck is about. It's not about me right now. So I'm here to support my brother and his brother.
That's right. We're all family.
It's that love, son.
All right.
GEDUBS. Chase Abel, you know him. He's honestly, if you're not following Chase and watching his late night Instagram lives, you're fucking slipping, son. It is the funniest thing on the internet,
every time.
It is the best thing on the internet, son. It is the best kept secret. It is, and I'm telling you right now, get on it. Chase knows what's up.
Okay. Appreciate it, guys. Make sure you do that.
He's using a pipe. Chase coughing is using a pipe. I call him under the camera, son.
You guys know what it is. It's a
Chase, when you sign off this song, we're jumping into a pool. You understand? Everybody listening, when this shit shuts off, me and Randy are going to be in a pool chilling, son. Life is going to be great. We're looking at water. We're chilling, son. You enjoy life the same.
That's right.
Guys, go. This whole podcast has been predicated and pretty much started by three guys, but mainly with two guys who basically said, enough's enough. It's time to go live your life, and it's time to go.
It's a fact.
Chase after it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that listen that kind of feel like they're stuck. They don't know what to do. Hey, just live positively.
Stuck, son. If you're alive, Chase,
your fingers are moving, your toes are moving, son. You can make it happen.
If you're alive, you can change your whole life. You can change your whole life today. Make it happen. Change your whole life today.
My brother taught me that, son.
So make sure you guys follow the podcast.
Chase taught me that, son. Chase convinced me to talk to the comments, and God bless.
Yeah, we have to go. Wait, it's a.
Yeah. All right. One piece of advice though, before you sign off, real quick, Chase, son. I feel like your beard would be dope if it was all white, son. You should go all white on the beard.
Well, that's the thing, man. I don't know if I should. That's
right, son. It'd be fucking. If you had a Santa Claus beard, it'd be fucking.
It'd be like the hot and cold mix.
Yeah, son. It'd be fucking. Oh shit! It would pop. They would pop on his beard. Son.
It would pop, right?
Yeah, you're right there, son. You're right there. Tell your barber from now on.
Sugar daddy vibes.
Yeah, tell your fucking barber from now on. Don't put that shit to blacken it up. Whiten that shit up, son. Put that
whiten that shit up.
Put that just for men extra gray on there.
Cocoa Claws, right?
That's right.
Chase Claws.
Yeah, son. Yeah, okay. All right. I'll fuck with that. We'll
fuck with that. The podcast, son. We're done.
We're good.
I want to say shout out first and foremost to Big Bro. Randy Valerio, it's my brother, son. Love the motherfucker to death, son. Chase Abel, everybody who's listening right now to the Ready, Set, Blow podcast, anybody who's fucking with me because I'm reposting this, I don't give a fuck how you view me, whatever. Jeff Dye, my family here on family vacation. I love all you motherfuckers, son. And keep tuning in every week because you're never going to get as real as this is right now, son. This is real shit. Motherfuckers could give you gossip all week, but why would you listen to gossip when you can listen to real shit? Real conversation, real motherfuckers who are drinking since fucking 11:30 in the morning.
In the basement, looking at our charges right now. This is the realest podcast in the street.
The realest ever. I'm from Queens, New York. I'm still there to this day. I've been there since 1988. Come on, son. I'm not as global as my brother is, but
I can't be global for a year because Texas got me on a chart. So Chase, what do you got, buddy?
You guys follow me at Chase Abel on Instagram.
At Chase Abel. Chase Abel. So I'm telling you, if you're on the East Coast and it's midnight and he picks up on his Instagram live and you're not watching, you're fucked up. And I'll tell you this right now, because comedy bookers seen this shit, son. I'm in that live that Chase got. Chase didn't even know comedy bookers were watching until I told him, yo, comedy bookers are watching.
Chase, who's the first person in your live every time you're on, son?
Oh, G-Dubs with the smoke.
Every time, son. Come on, son. Yo, they text me.
I got a notification for Chase, son.
The booker in Arizona texts me, yo, Chase is on live. You know? They tell me.
Shout out to fucking Jeff Dye, son.
Jeff Dye, God bless.
Love that nigga, son. Love you, Jeff.
Yeah, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Casey in Phoenix. Shout out to everyone in Cali. Shout out to our New York people, listeners, our Massachusetts listeners, the global people, too.
Godfrey's listeners. Yo, Chase on the road. Chase going out. Godfrey now, we're coming back, son. Slowly but surely, we're coming back.
Yeah, man. So
don't lose the fucking edge on this podcast. when you niggas start losing that, I will remind you, son, keep it like this, raw and uncut, because people love the real, son. It's always going to be fucking real and uncut. There's no edits in this podcast. I want motherfuckers to know. No editing, son. It's going up the way it is.
We're living with this.
Shout out to fucking everybody listening, the supporters. I fucking love everybody. My brother, I love him to death, man. Show. Love him, son. Yeah, life, son. Every time that means blessings for all you non-Spanish speaking motherfuckers. Blessings.
Yo, every time G-Dubs talks, I feel like I can become a Navy SEAL. I'm fucking.
You ready to find war? Yo, shut up! Let's go to the beach. Let's go to the beach. I'm ready for the pool, son. We did 2 hours ago. We did 2 hours tight. Thank God for listening. Yo, Chase, thank you so much for staying on longer than we thought.
Love you, Chase. Love you, bro.
All right, brother.
Peace, guys. I love you. Peace.
Be safe. Stay out there, everybody. Peace. Love you. Peace.
Peace.
Yo, scraping the blade clean with a straight razor. Clean face, pick the pace up, you ain't talking major. Had a favors, you're out of your mind, I'm not for playing. Part the stage when I blaze it, no part of my invasion. I'm tired of hearing which one of them corny raps your favorite. Scold and lace them, then blaze them in front of the congregation. Losing patience to think about it, I never had it. I section the mic to the ones that I pass it. Your product is ass, selling them catfish. It's louder when I pop up and now they want more of that shit. Classic method, my effort, listen, this ain't confessions. We ain't indebted, you want it, I got it, cash or credit. I want the lettuce, I'm nice and I won't let you forget it. A real one coming, the steps you couldn't follow. Your guns are for show, America's Glock model. Shit away. Your head is for hunting and it's already hollow. In the bottle, I'm facing the pain I couldn't coddle. Who would've thought we lived to see the world go this bizarro? What is it cost? The new world's waiting for us tomorrow. So we on day 33 right now. America's still shut down. Hey yo, Ran, here's Saul. Tell him we need like a hefty bag of that citrique. Ducking the berries in the crib with a guard of the medley. I'm not for many, I'm sucker-proof and you couldn't bet me. Legend has it, those packages disappear like magic. Hand in hand, niggas shocked like it's static. A fat ass gets me ecstatic, only want the baddest. A fat L into the void like it's Black Sabbath. Music mechanic, I lose it on loops and drum patterns. Turn the pop and the record up just to further fashion. Spin the block and let's get it, hey yo, I'll show you action. Never pass up, can never outshine the master. Handle me like a ratchet. Embarrass niggas, you cheddar bob when the threat arrives. Shoot 5, I need less time, Queens to borough. So many people in New York and yet nobody loves you. You rap for likes, I know the work, it won't budge on the price. Your work's not even worth the roll of the dice. Let me take a chance on you, man. Yeah. Gifted Hoods, New York City, worldwide.
Raise Up World Podcast, you fucking bitch.